Guys, Josh from Dodgy Daily here with Jerome and his E36. I'm going to be doing the manual conversion on it today. Also, I filmed an intro on our other camera, but I don't think I've done something right because there's no audio on it, so I'm just going to have to use my phone for now. This intro might not even get used, but if it does, then it's I couldn't get the audio to work on my camera. We've got all the bits and pieces here, just your standard 5-speed gearbox out of a 318, new clutch bolts, new engine mounts, trans mounts, new shifter, just new bits and pieces of everything. I'll make a proper list later for anybody that wants it. I'll put a proper list into the description, so I'll make one later for that. But we've got just, what are those? There's just spares, or are those things that have to go in? Because when we done mine, we didn't use them.
The spares for the reverse switch.
Ah, yep. So yeah, we've got some reverse switch bits, and a Haynes manual in case we get a bit stuck, but doubt we will. But yeah, I'll do a rundown later, or write up of the list and put it in the description. So obviously, when you're doing anything to do with the starter motor, you want your battery disconnected. Now, he's already done that, and he's already what else have you done? You've just got it up?
Drain fluid.
Yeah, he's drained out the auto fluid. Still draining it at the moment. But we're working on rocks, but he's got bits of wood down, so thanks for that.
Hashtag one of the leaks.
Yeah. Well, I swear it came out of factory like this because I've never seen one that doesn't leak. So this is some funny stuff with the camera. Yeah, so I guess we'll dig into it a bit more. So spray up this, let it soak for a bit while we do some other things. Alright, so you've got plug for the O2. You'll want to take off this crossbar, and let's try and get the camera in there for a sec. There we go. You got Torx, E-Torx. Pretty sure that's a E10s, 12, and maybe a E14. It's been a while since we've been under one of these, so we'll just bear with us. But yeah, E10, 12, and 14 for all the bell housing. And then cross member and tail shaft. We'll have to jack up one of the sides because it's got an open diff, just so we can turn tail shaft to get the bolts undone. But oops, I've dropped the phone. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we can actually get to starter motor bolts from underneath. And you cannot see that because it's too dark. Where's that torch?
The old stuff on.
There we go. Yeah, you can get to the starter motor bolts from underneath. But if you don't want to have to get underneath your car, you can always take the manifold off. I'm going to do it from here. Now, I think I'll get started on the starter motor and you'll tighten that shit up. It's kind of hard to jam the phone somewhere to record, but you've got your 10mm there, and then you've got, where is it? That one in up here. It should be, looks to be about a 13, and then we'll have the 16 and feels like a E10, E12 for the, come on, focus. Yeah, there we go. No, it's not focusing.
E10, E12, I think, E14.
Yeah, and then that should be a 16, and will be the same for the other one that's in a pain of a spot. Alright. The top starter motor bolt being a pain. So what we're going to do is we'll worry about that when we go for the top bell housing bolts, because to get to them we've got to drop the rear cross member a bit to get to the top one, so we'll just do the rest of that at the same time. But for now, all the wiring's off and the lower bolt is off, and I think I'll try and get the exhaust off.
Well, I'm actually surprised this freaking the headers sit down lower than the.
Yeah, they sit down very low on these.
Yeah, pretty true.
As you can see, it just twists off and pulls. Yeah. Alright, so exhaust is undone. O2 sensor undone. So I'm just going to keep sliding along. They're broken, like always. And I'll just keep sliding along, and we'll drop it from the rear back box so we don't have to separate it. This is actually, recording's actually a lot harder than I expected it was going to be while I'm underneath the car on stands. But we've got the exhaust off, we'll get the heat shield off, which is a few 10 mils just around the edge, and then I'll work on tail shaft, because the tail shaft is here, but we want to try and we'll probably take it off completely. You reckon we'll take it? Nah, yeah, we'll take it off completely.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way.
Compare them.
So, yeah.
Compare them to all the.
That'll be, I'm pretty sure down that end, they're 14 mils on the other side of that carbon flange. And then you've got two, looks like 15s. And then here, you've got a 16 and 18. And I've already undone one. There we go, there it is. Yeah, I've already undone one. You've only got to undo 3 of them. So 3 go through the coupler, and then the other 3 go through the coupler to the box. So we've got the tail shaft. Yeah, just got to lift up the car a little bit. I probably shouldn't be under here, so don't do this. Do you want to see if you can spin that wheel now? Looks like it's off the ground. Yeah. Okay. So we can spin that now, and I'll line that up so I can get to the next one. Alrighty. Alright, I forgot to mention about this bracket. So this bracket here,
Chassis
it's the chassis brace, but on the 325s, it is actually also the exhaust hanger. Because this is a 318, it's just a chassis brace, but yeah, on the 325s, it's
Should have it. Yeah,
it'll have a bracket coming off here somewhere off there. Alright, now we've got everything out of the way, I can show you. Alright, there's a plug up there, and then there's, where is it?
Select the
There's a plug here. My fat hands don't fit in there, so we'll just drop the trans a little when I get to that. I'll shuffle around. Now you can undo the select cable from a few different spots, but
I think we did it from here last
when
time.
we done it, because we never put it back together, we undone it from here, and we undone it there, and that was it. And then you've got your auto transmission lines.
Push.
Should be somewhere there.
Yep. Hang on. I'll just...
So there's not a chance we're getting it from behind the manifold, but we also worked out we didn't have the gun in the right setting, so we'll just give that another crack. Fucking hell.
Okay, we've come to a bit of a oh shit moment when the gun won't even do it.
Two Sydney tools.
Alright, down to the tool shop and see what we can do.
A little bit of an issue with the top bellowsing bolts. The impact gun can't even get them, so we're just going to run down to Sydney Tools, West Gossie, and get a bigger gun and see how we go with that. Everything else was going pretty smoothly up until these two bellowsing bolts, so yeah. Back from Sydney Tools now. That's going to Jerome will open this up in a minute and we'll see if this gun will get it for us. With that many Newton meters, it's bound to do something for us. So, got lots of grunt behind it.
Torch. Alright, back down, back to you. Back. Back down more. Alright, push. Yep. Yep.
Got it. That was more annoying than it wanted to be.
Yeah.
This is going to require a lot of editing. Alright. The big electric gun. Got it. Maybe I should invest in one of those. We forgot the auto transmission lines, so I'll get that out now.
What are you taking off?
The lines from this end.
So technically I can take the lines off here too, on the floor. The snap-on torch should be there. Snap-on torch.
I need the flash on so I can. I think as soon as this hose comes off, the box is going to fall.
Oh, I think so. Is it tight?
Yeah. Which tells me I should probably get,
Out of the way.
or at least my phone.
Yeah.
Like I'll push it the other way if it's going to, but.
Here we go. Oh. There's one cooler.
Yeah, right. Alright, let's see how it goes this time now that we have everything out of the way. one, gearbox.
Oh, the box, done it.
Out, sort of.
Which way you want to pull it?
Just trying to get it off the jack at the moment. It's not going to go out anyway.
Unless we lift my side up.
We've got to lift the car up more.
Which we can do.
Alright, one box, out.
Which we can do on this.
So, torque converter out, flex plate out. It's just a few 19s. You're better off with an impact gun on that. Makes life a bit easier. You can still do it with a ratchet if you've got someone to hold the crank in place for you. But Jerome's just going to do the rear main seal. They're pretty straightforward. You pry the old one out, tap the new one in, and yeah, so don't really need to show you that, but
Make sure
if you do need to see it, there's probably other videos out there. Only because I can't be bothered calling under the car right now and I'm making Jerome do it. After we put the rear main in, we're going to get started on ripping the shifter out and get started on doing the park neutral inhibitor switch. After the park inhibitor neutral switch, then we'll start putting the flywheel and the clutch and everything on. And also, for those that are doing it, the reason the tail shaft is, that's the auto one and that's the manual one. You can see the manual one is my foot longer. Yeah, so it's just halfway there, sort of. Alright, so we'll just start by removing the center console and all the other bits and pieces Jerome has laying around in here. So in there is a little Allen key. Alright, so now I've got that screw out, I've got the glove box out, that kick panel. It's off that little stud and out it'll come. Now I need two hands for this. I kind of broke the stand a little bit. One of the legs don't sit in properly anymore. I sat on it. So I'll need two hands to do this next bit. So yeah. Now we can rip this out. We've still got to try and pull the shifter cable through. That was very cooperative of it, and that can go in the bin. Now when you do your park neutral switch, I'll get to that in a minute, but it'll be off, tangle things up, oh god it's really hot, it'll be off this plug. I myself have to do a quick Google just so I can show you, because I don't remember exactly which plug it is, or which wires. I'm pretty sure it was, I think it was grey, green and blue, yellow, but I will double check that before, before I be like, yeah, no, it's this one. So let's get this out, and we now have a hole for our shifter to pop through in. Ta-da! Okay, so after a bit of Googling, I found that it was the, where is it? Green and grey, and the brown and black wires from the auto shifter. We need to cut them and splice them together. If you don't want to cut wires, you can always put a pin from there to there, but cutting and soldering is usually the best way to do it. So we'll just give them a snip up here a little bit. Now Jerome has told me that he will sort out soldering on this later, when he can get back to work and get his soldering iron. But for now, just so we can get it running this weekend, before we go back to work, good old, give him a twist, we'll just go with some good old twist and tape. So again, that is brown with black stripe and green with grey stripe. Now that's dependent on your model, apparently. So when you get to this point, you might have to Google it yourself. But if yours is the same and it only has the, what do we got here? 1, 2, 7 wires. Yeah, if yours is the same as the plug we've got here, then yours should be the same wiring. Now, where's the end of the tape? There it is. So, so Jerome said that he will fix that up when he can get his soldering iron from work. But for now, bit of twist and tape never hurt. Alright, so... Alright, so we can't find any answers online about the reverse wiring. But we have been told that if we just get a split pin and bridge a few of them until the reverse lights come on, should be sweet. So Jerome will connect up the battery and I'll do this bit. Alright, so if you want your reverse lights to work, so Jerome will give me a shout when the lights come on. And looking at the reverse wires on the other gearbox, we're just going to straight up try these two colours on there and there. So if I put that in there, I probably should have twisted that, but I'll send that down there. And then that should be on. On? Oh, hang on. On? Yep. Alright. So we've worked out by bridging it, turn that off, that the wire's off our other manual. So we'll just splice them into here, and then when the gearbox selects reverse, it'll close the switch inside the gearbox and turn the lights on for us. And we were lucky enough to have cut the entire length of the old harness out of the parts car. Crimping stuff, we're going to do these ones with crimps. Just we don't have to redo them later.
You got a lot of strippers.
Oh yeah. How the hell do these ones work?
Yeah. You got the distance there.
What? Yeah, right.
Send that there.
Yeah, right. So we'll cut these wires. And really, if you wanted to, you probably could cut the rest of these off, but we're just going to leave it behind because we're, don't know what they do. Now, I've never used these ones, so I'm just working these out myself. Ah, like that. Right. Okay, well that's kind of cool. I think I need to get myself some of these ones. Alright. Now I'll strip the wires on the other one.
Yes.
I may have gone too much with them, but I will still wrap them in tape after I crimp them. So we've got, what do you got? Your spades, you got your plugs. Okay. Oops. It just fell in my pocket. Huh? I was going to twist this and
Twist, twist, twist.
twisty, twisty. So this is in case we ever have any other issues with it. So we'll just do it like this.
I already got one in there.
Oh. Alright. Put one in it for me. Somewhere there will do. Maybe.
Keep going till it goes off.
Just checking the wire. Yep, that's fine. Alright. And then we'll put a terminal on the other one.
Best tool. It's better than the ones you had.
Yeah,
At the time.
Repco one. Give it a twist. Oops. Yeah, somewhere there I'll do. I'll pull that back a little. There we go. Alright, them one's sorted.
You want to do the reverse switch?
And then, what?
You want to do the reverse light?
And Jerome will do the rest of the harness for us. Alright, so get that out of the way. That's the auto wiring, so I'll just throw that back down in the hole. Alright, so if we basically just go colour to colour, so blue to yellow, and in. I'll wrap a little bit of tape around these just because they will be open to the elements. But before we do that, we'll just double check it. Make sure we haven't messed anything up. I'll see if I can get this to do what I want. Split pin would be much easier, but I need to turn the ignition on. Thank you. We should have reverse lights. Alright, we've got lights, we haven't messed anything up. So I'll put some tape around these, only because they'll be open to the elements. And then I'll put that under the car. The hole that the auto cable came through is the perfect hole to run your switch through. Now you're just going to want to tuck your old plug under the carpet somewhere and just hide it away. You'll never need it again. So just tuck that in there. Keep that there. If you want to, alright, you could put like a switch and stick it up there, but I don't know. If he wants to do that, you can do that later. We just got to get the thing running today or tomorrow. My battery's quite low. Probably can't see in there very well. So you've just got four 13 mils up in there, a couple of pins, and to remove the brake pedal. Well, you got one pin to remove the brake pedal, and then when you're going back in, you'll see a lot more. You'll have your clutch master cylinder as well. I'll go show you that now. So the auto brake pedal is out. Not much really to it. Come around here. Alright, so I've started getting in the manual pedal box, and as you can, there's very limited space in there, so it's very hard for me to record in there. Also, before you take it apart, if you don't know really what you're looking at, I'll suggest taking photos, or even looking at photos online. I've swapped out these pedal boxes enough to know where all these springs and clips and everything go. I will try and take a photo of it or do a recording of it when it's all in there, so you have a reference point for later on. Because the pedal box has taken so long, Jerome's jumped ahead and he's chucked the flywheel on. I think he's going to torque them up now. He's just looking at the user's manual. I can put the torque specifications down in the down in the description, or you can just go with like 5 or 6 ugga-duggers if you've got a gun. So yeah, and you just hit them with the ugga-dugger and she should be good. But yeah, so that's where we're at for now. But yeah, as you can see, there's not much room for me to actually stick a camera in there without getting my head in the way, or without getting the camera in the way. So I'll show you more when I get further into it. So what tightening method did you go with? Ugga-duggers?
Ugga-duggers, but I'm going to do a torque wrench with my brand new Snap-on torque wrench.
Nice, Gary, nice.
Nice, I like Gary.
Alright, so you can see the spring from there to there. If you look up in here, where is it? Yeah, you can't really see it too well. Oh yeah, just behind you got the spring that goes from up there to, where is it? So there's a bracket in there for the stop switch. I'll see if I can get around to it. Not really, but that's where that clip goes onto, and the spring goes onto that, onto the bracket. You can, when you put it all together, you can see pretty well how it all goes. Can you see it there? Sort of. You can sort of see it. You can see how all that bracketry goes once you get a lot of it. There you go. You can see where that spring goes in through that hole now. So we've just got this one last pin left, but to get the hard line on, I'm going to need to loosen off the master, and that pin goes up the top there through the, so I'm just going to leave that off for now until, oops, hit the phone, until we get the hard line on, just so the pedal's not in my way if I need to loosen that off and maneuver it around. I'm just going to go halt the crank so Jerome can torque the flywheel. So as you can see, we got the hard line in. Jerome's just under it, tightening it up. To get the hard line in, we had to undo the engine harness off the cowl so we could get it fed in behind it. Yeah, it's a hard line, but they still are somewhat flexible, so we were able to bend it, and once he gets that side sorted, we can bend this side back to where we need it, and then we won't really touch anymore on the hard line side, on the clutch side of things, until we have the box in, because you've got this hose here that has, and you've got to cut that, put that on, and then we'll probably try and let it gravity bleed for a little while, just so we can try and get some fluid through, get some air out. But yeah, there's no point trying to do any of that until we have the slave cylinder on the gearbox and the gearbox in. So while he finishes tightening up that, I'll put the glove box back in, the center console back in, because you don't really need those out now that the wiring's taken care of and the automatic shifter's all out. It's about 9:30 now. We're going to pack up, go to get a good night's sleep, get started first thing in the morning. But we made decent progress today. We got the auto box out, got the hard line in, got the pedals in, flywheels on, got the wiring sorted already, and then what else is, yeah, so hard line, wiring, flywheel, everything auto is out, and tomorrow should just be clutch on, box in, and bleed the clutch. Yeah, so that's where we're at for now, and see you tomorrow. Alright, back into it after some brekkie and some coffee. Yeah, Jerome woke up before me, and have you done anything on this morning?
Paint the exhaust. Paint the exhaust so it's heat proof, and keep the temps down, and also getting all this auto lube up into the engine bay. So wrap it up, tape it, so it's no under the car anymore. So that's it.
First thing for me this morning is to tighten up the two 10mm on the master cylinder, and then put the pin through that, and then we will have a pedal. We'll connect up the slave and the rest of the wiring, or the rest of the hoses, underneath the car after we have the box in. It's just so they don't get in the way. But if you want to jump ahead and do that, you can do it now, but oh.
position. Ready?
Yep.
Alright, cool. Cool.
Is there any oil in this box?
Should be a little bit left in it. Yep. I got oil there for it. Yep. Sounds promising.
Knocked it in gear.
Yeah.
Alright, get some bolts in. Maybe.
It's off that rocket. Yeah. Yeah.
Simple as that.
So yeah, leave it. Yep. Yep. Keep rotating it. Other way. Other way. No. No. Right. Yep. Right. Just hang on.
I don't think that bearing's in enough, but it's in the clutch.
It's the bearings are the way in.
Well, that's what's stopping us, I reckon. Pull it in, see what happens.
Other way. No. Other way. Left. 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 Let's hold it there for a second.
Yep.
So, down on. Beautiful, the box bits.
And one box in, not as much swearing as we thought. It literally just went straight in for us. Like, sitting here, nice and not quite flush yet, but
Just leave it loose.
it'll get there. But yeah, these boxes are a lot of fucking. You can probably lift it up yourself, like I just did.
Oh, actually, that's small one right there.
Mm.
Memory.
need to wiggle it?
No. It's going.
You've just made a massive gap at the top. That's not going to pull itself in.
It's none on the dowel, probably. Yeah, it's probably not on the dowel. So there's one up there as well. It's got from the front.
Gerard, I got it.
Got it?
I think.
You want me to have a look?
Well, I can't push it anymore.
Can I check on what to watch?
Yeah, no, that gap closed up heaps.
Yeah, I can't see any gap. I think these two up from up the top. Yeah, it's just not on the down yet.
So I'll get this one of you.
Just fill out.
Oh no, it fell on you though. It didn't come out of the box.
No. Oh, there's the hose clamp.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, that should. I think that one goes there.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's a big fat boy, so that's in.
Yeah, float goes there. That float goes there.
Uh-huh. There should be another
That
one.
one there, big one.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think I have. Oh, sorry, it's no one there. No, this one. Nope. Don't know when that one comes. Down. You want it?
Alright. That's started.
Oh, that's done. There's the gas man. Meep, 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 meep. Should be two on the top of the block. You can probably just let that down by your hand. That's how hand tight. No, it's probably no way on that.
Hit it.
I'll get the one for those. Oops.
Ah, God damn it.
Long boy's coming in.
Yeah. Ow.
Like, oh,
It's fucking Let's hit me head.
it's not in the head.
Yep.
They getting the one up top.
I didn't put any. I haven't put those bolts in yet. You want to put the bolt in the end of. It's just behind your head.
Yep. Let's get rid of this.
Oh, sorry, that's the other one there. Near my gun. Near the gun. Where you
Yeah,
got
I
that
got one
there?
there. I can probably get more.
Very top two. Alright, Mark and Melhausen. If you have some, there you go. Make it stop.
Cool. Right, time to get the starter motor in.
Probably ready to see it.
It's up in here, so there's nowhere for me to record that part. Yeah, not really. You can see him trying to position it, and he's, no matter where I put this camera, our hand's going to be in the board. So, got the starter motor in. We actually did have to take the manifold off to loosen it enough so we could get a bar in there to push on it. But if the starter motor wasn't getting stuck on the dowel, then we wouldn't have had to do that. Because you can actually, I'll just climb underneath for a sec. Because you can sort of hug the gearbox and get to the top bolts. So now that's all that's left on the starter motor is, can we get up in there with the camera? It was just a clip, it's fine. Alright, so we just got to put these wires on for the starter. And then that bit will be done. I did do, ouch, I got stuck on something there. That's alright, I'll just keep sliding along. So your shifter. Alright, so obviously up through the hole. And then you'll have the pin here with this clip. And then up in here is this pin. And it's on a, like you've just got a, it's on like a swivel clip. So once that's in, then you push it down and clip that on, and that just slides through. And there is no locking on that side for it because that swivel pin is that, and then you've got that clip there. And then after I put the cross member in, I'll show you how to do this next bit. But I'll finish off doing the starter motor wiring before I do the cross member. tight.
Well, where's Mr. 13? This thing four draw 13.
Now, when you do these ones up, you do sometimes need to be really careful because we've actually
Snapped.
no, not snap. We had it we had it break the riv nut inside that's in the chassis. So yeah, you got to be careful with them because I think last time we done it up with a gun and it ripped out the riv nut. Alright, so we've got the new slave here, new slave, and then you've got that off the hard line goes into there, and then that goes like so. Yeah, I'll worry about that part in a sec. Just got to get this on there. Go, get that on there and get that started, and then push it in. There, you got to put a little bit of force into these to get them on. Ow! Where'd the nuts go? I had them. I really did. Oh, they're over here by my leg.
Are they 13s or 12s?
13s. Okay.
We're going to do the top one. There we go. I'll do the engine mounts later.
So all we have left now, and so we can get some fluid down there, is this hose here. We've got to cut that little bit there off, connect this hose up, and it'll be good to start trying to bleed. I forgot to put my phone on charge last night, so it's quite low again. So while we bleed this, we'll have it on charge. But when it comes to bleeding the clutch, you want to just crack it and get them to pump it and pump it and pump it until fluid comes out. Once fluid starts coming out, then you want to close it, get them to pump it, hold it, open it, close it, pump it, hold it, open, you know. Yeah, just do it over and over until no more air comes out, and you should be good. You can normally get away with just doing it like 5 times, but sometimes that doesn't quite get it all. Alright, so we'll catch up with you when my phone's charged up a little bit. Alright, so the next bit here, with this bush, all you've literally got to do is just push it up and push it in with, actually that just went in with my hand. Nope, not quite. This bit of thing here is getting in the way. Alright, so yeah, sometimes you can just push them in, other times you'll need your hammer and just in. Alright, now that's in. So, okay. Alright, we'll start her up now. It's a little bit loud. We were going to run it through the gears, but we didn't realise how loud it was going to be in the shed. So, yeah. You want to do it still? Okay, we've got gears. Alright, so all that's left to go on, that's interior crap. Yeah, a couple of interior things, but really, we've just got the tail shaft, and we've got this chassis brace. I'm just doing a quick walk around, making sure we haven't forgotten anything. No, okay, so tail shaft, exhaust, and that chassis brace. Oh, heat shields as well. And yeah, but I've still got to put my phone back on charge because I didn't. So, okay. Alright, so that's pretty much complete now. We've got the interior, just the glove box to go back together, and that kick panel over there, which that kick panel over there is like 4 screws. The glove box going back together. So obviously this lower part of the glove box, hang on, I'm just gonna, no, I didn't flip. This lower part of your glove box goes in first, and then you put your AC vents in, and you know, 2 little hidden screws. We've got the interior back together. Nice little aftermarket shift knob and brand new shift boot. His lights still work, so I didn't fuck anything up there. Clock still works, so yeah, so we've just got the exhaust on. That was a bit of a pain. 2-person job because we took it from, we just dropped the entire thing, the 4 bolts up front and the hangers there. Can be done by 1 person if you want to use like a stand underneath it. I've done that before, but right now we're gonna drop it down. We're gonna clean all our tools up, drop it down, clean up the interior a little bit, and take it for a drive. We've also got to put the we just put the cross brace back on. There you go. Alright. Lots of oil leaks. Ignore that for now. Yeah, so it's manual now. And we got the light. Alright, so 2 days, and now it's manual. Even the most not experienced people, like if you've never touched a spanner before, it is possible to do it in 2 days. Our very first one, we done it as first year apprentices. Like it's a very simple swap to do. There will be a list of components required in the description. I won't put part numbers or anything like that because you may end up getting a lot of second-hand parts. Clutches for, like, yes, you could fit a 318 clutch to an M50, but then you'd need the 318 flywheel. But basically, just get the recommended clutch for your car. Pretty sure, yeah, all manual boxes will fit any E36 engine. The tail shafts will be what's the difference. If you're buying a second-hand gearbox, make sure to get the tail shaft with it, or you may come into dramas further on down the line trying to find the correct one to fit the car. But in saying that too, if you've got a sedan, try and get a manual out of a sedan so you've got a sedan tail shaft, or coupe, whatever, because a sedan's tail shaft doesn't fit a coupe. The rear halves of the tail shaft are all the same. It's the front half of the tail shaft that's different, and they are interchangeable. But trying to think, yeah, so we've wrapped it all up, got everything back together. Trying to think of what else. Yeah, everything should be covered in the video, and if I've missed anything, feel free to ask. If you get stuck,
or whatever, and if you're local to us, like if you're between Sydney and Newcastle and or whatever, I'm more than happy to come out and give you a hand to do it. But yeah, if I've missed anything in this video, just ask away. If you get stuck, ask us.
And Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Messenger on YouTube, if that's still a thing. I don't know. I haven't looked. Yeah, even in the comments. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like it, tell us why at least. Also, this is my first, like, you know, I did a how-to on a RAV4 for a starter motor the other week, but this is my first actual big how-to. So let me know how I went with that. And I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted because
It's beautiful out here.
it's quite nice out here, actually. Like, you know, we're out in the middle of nowhere. It's quite nice out here. I keep getting distracted. I keep noticing I just keep looking away from the camera. But yeah,
Sorry.
like, subscribe, share, comment. Catch up with you later.